Officially. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, officially, Miss Amby, would you call the roll, please?
John Congdon,
Here.
Jason McConnell,
Here.
Gary Tilson,
Here.
Stephanie Brue, here, Kevin Lawrence.
Here. Here. Yes.
It's Broe or Brue? Broe.
We'll get it eventually.
I was thinking about that. That'll be easier. Throw away.
Yeah.
I was always having a student.
Oh,
They call Bro all the time.
it's bro, we don't do it right. You gotta be
It's like cool inner city kids in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Lapeer child.
It's an easy way to.
Oh, gosh. Okay, next up on our list is the minutes from June 11th, 2026 meeting. You know, we had a couple members absent. But, you wish to look them over?
Very nice minutes, thank you.
Any corrections or comments on the minutes?
Now your microphones are on.
Oh. Sorry.
That's a,
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the June 11th, 2026 meeting.
I'll second.
Okay, Gary motion, Jason second. All in favor of the minutes from June 11th, 2026, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Okay, 5-0, the minutes are going. Changes to the agenda. Does anybody have anything they wish to add to the agenda for discussion tonight? I've got a few things, but I'm gonna address them, in the board member comments. Because there's just no decisions on them. It's just information updates, so. No changes? Okay, at this time, we'll open public comments for agenda items from the floor. We have nobody in attendance. So no public comments. I will close public comments. Number 8 on old business, can we have a consensus that we will delay that to see if somebody does show up and continue on, and we'll circle back to that topic,
Yes.
okay? Number B, status on zoning ordinance, number 78. We met, this past Monday, we've completed the initial evaluation of all the steps in the ordinances, with any changes, updates and stuff. Relying on Caitlin to put together a finished draft for the committee to review. And then, Marie is working on other ordinances that never got either the main zoning ordinance or were repealed and replaced with a different ordinance that didn't get added in. So we're gonna take her data and add that. Eventually, this will all end up to a draft to planning to look it over. But we're still, Caitlin's thinking now January to get it done. It's because of the extra stuff we added to it, with Marie working on the other stuff, so. We don't have another meeting scheduled at this time because Caitlin was on vacation for the last one, so there's no, at this time, but if anybody wants to know, I'll get it off. Get you all the dates. Status update on the battery systems ordinance. Caitlin has still not heard back from Attorney Gilner on his review. What I discussed with her is that if we don't hear from him at the next planning meeting, which would be in August, we're going to bring the best ordinance up for a discussion and possible approval of, so we can move it on. And then if he does find anything, after that, that he feels is contrary and shouldn't be in there, we can always do an amendment later if we determine we need it, but, with Stephanie being new on the board, I don't know if you've had a chance to look over the ordinance. If there's anything that you want to contribute and comments made to it, or if anybody has seen anything that we needed to change that didn't get through the first time, now is a good time to bring it up and I can get it back to Caitlin. Because right now she's got what we have is the latest draft that was, June 4th. And that's what got submitted to the attorney. And that's what she's sitting on right now.
So much like our solar ordinance, this looks more like workable versus Clio. And I just noticed on the noise, it's 55 decibels for this, where the solar was 45.
Yeah, we did go with 55 on this to try to make it a little more workable.
Okay.
One thing I do want to mention is that let me find the host agreement with the page 10, number 7. Or number 7 on page 10. In my notes, Gary had indicated that we wanted the, when the payment is reevaluated, language to include, when the host agreement shall be reviewed every 5 years and adjusted for the rate of inflation. Caitlin is going to insert that language in there for us to the next one. So that's the only change I have that I mentioned to her. If we've got anything else, like I say, we can still get it in and she'll get us a modified copy. So I guess with that being said, if you come across anything in the next week or so, let me know and we can add it in and then we'll review it. Plan on reviewing it in August for the final. If there's something in there we don't like, we have to scratch out, and we can accept it with any changes. At least get it moved on.
And
Okay.
I like the setbacks that you resolved on, because I remember that was a discussion maybe 2
Yeah.
meetings ago, so.
Yeah, a lot of, I know a lot of the scuttlebutt that I see in the online through some of the places is that they're looking at what was the catchphrase? A workable energy ordinance as opposed to a compatible one. Even though there's things in there that aren't according to MPSC, they want to say, well, if it's workable, we're going to sit down and work on it. So I guess we kind of look at it that for this too, we go that route. But anything that you got, let me know. We'll get it to Caitlin and we'll try to get a finished draft for the August meeting. See where it goes. Okay, under new business, I've got the Michigan Townships Association class in Frankenmuth for a chicken dinner that everybody really wants to go to. But we've got 13 people from the township signed up so far to go. And I just put the flyer in there because I didn't know if everybody had a copy of what they're going to discuss. When I first seen it, I felt that, renewable energy never hurts to learn, but the data centers, the ordinance enforcement, and then if you're not aware, the state passed a new land division act to allow parcels, instead of 4 splits on parcel, they're going to allow 10 possible splits per parcel coming up.
Really?
And we are currently addressing that ahead of time in our zoning ordinance for parcel splits for the township.
No particular size requirements?
I don't recall any size requirements. They were just allowing you to split a parcel in 10 different, according to your zoning. If you've got 40 acres and you want to split them up into, 4-acre parcels, then you can if your zoning ordinance allows it.
Well, that's what I was wondering, because previously it was in larger parcels.
Right.
This
And
is, I think this is part of the housing bill that just got passed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I think it
thinking.
was to expand on some of that land, and it was, most of it can't be more than 4 times the depth, the width can't be more. They're trying to loosen some restrictions. They are giving the power to the municipality to decide what they want to do. But
oh, really? So we will still have input in there? I would assume if it says you can do 10 splits, we would have no control.
Yeah, it is, if you wanna have 10 splits and you wanna put it in your zoning ordinance, you can allow.
Well, do we have to do it?
No, that's what I wanna know for this, that's another reason to go to this class, they're gonna explain in depth what this means to us, and I think that's imperative that we
Yeah.
learn this.
That's a concern, I think, in some of our zonings, that, that's originally, why people chose this area, because we did spots of 10-acre parcel and, minimum parcels. So but now if you got a guy that's got quarter-mile of frontage, he could he could run them every 300 feet
Yeah,
for a build. So just something to think about. I'm just curious about that as well.
part of what we're addressing in our ordinance committee is frontage, what you have for frontage, what you have for square footage, lot size. Minimum is 2 acres, I think is what we put in there, and you have to have a certain amount of frontage. What we were looking at was and you can only have a certain percentage of lot coverage for your house. We kept the square footage at 1,200 square feet.
Yeah.
Right at the present time, it can always be changed as it moves up through the system of the higher ups. But we felt that 1,200 square foot is what the township so went with. We want to stay with that. We don't want to get into tiny 500 square foot homes and stuff like that. And
it's
we
pretty
tried
standard
to
across the state.
keep our lot size where most of the lots in the township don't have municipal sewer. So you have to have a well or municipal water on top of that. So you have to have space to have sewer and the septic on one side and well on the other side, to keep the health department happy. So
Interesting.
we're trying to incorporate that in there too, and to make sure that, if you get a lot, you got enough. The exception would be planned unit development where you're gonna put a subdivision in.
Yes.
Then we turn around and say, okay, well, now we put a subdivision in, you gotta have access to municipal water to service.
And we reduce the lot size.
Yeah, and you reduce the lot size, but there again, you can get a smaller lot size if you have municipal sewer, municipal water, you can have a smaller lot. It's an exception. It's an eye opener going through all this stuff too with Caitlin.
Well, that'll be one thing interesting in the class, considering just what you were referring to with the mini houses.
Yeah.
Because there's a push to allow them anywhere,
Yeah.
on an existing property, existing houses all over. It'd be interesting to see what he says that, regarding that.
I think the class is gonna be really valuable to us. I did check, so far it appears that the books that they're using for the class is the green ones that you and Jason and I got at the seminar. I don't know, what, 2-3 years ago, 4 years, 2019 is the publication date, I did check. So
Mine too.
I'm gonna ask our board of trustees to get books for people that are going to the class, the updated books.
Yeah.
MTA said it was supposed to be available at the conference. But I'll see, maybe we can get them ahead of time and get them shipped here so that you just take it with you rather than have to get it up there. Because get the same 2 books. I don't think we got any extra copies kicking around, but I do want to check. Peter, do you have the green books? Planning is over. Yes, you got them. I know Jason's got them, John's got them. I know Stephanie won't have one. We'll have to get one for her. And we'll get one for Miss Amby because she's gonna be going with it. And I will talk to Michael Point and have him ask his own people who've got books. You might be the only guy on the ZBA, our rep to the ZBA that would have one.
I did reference it back and talked about spot zoning.
Mhm.
I was able to pull definitions right out of that book.
Yeah, the
It's
books are
good,
really
it's a good
bad.
book to have.
The pair of books together is exceptional. Anyway, that's my
run around with that, but we're all signed up for it, great.
Good, proud of you guys.
Everybody gotta go to school.
Well, it looks like our number 8 is here now, Kevin, if you.
Yes, okay.
Can you get somebody to take us in the bus?
No.
Can we drive it?
Yeah, maybe we can commandeer the senior bus, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that's what he's thinking, but.
Yeah. I don't think that'll happen. Okay, let's go back up to, A under old business. And I'm gonna assume, WTAQ, you guys are here?
Yes.
All right, we bypassed you temporarily.
But we didn't forget about you. Okay, these fellas, want to set up business in, I call it the old bank building. Saginaw Street near North Morris Estate. I can't think of the name of the place, it's a previous existing business, what it was, but for me, it's always been the old bank building, so. I guess, would you explain, just a brief, what you're gonna do? I know provisioning center,
Yes.
Stephanie is our brand new first time to the planning commission tonight. We got a brand new face, to be joining us. So she's, kind of got to get her acclimated to
Right.
all of this business.
Okay, my name is Wally Karana. That previous business was even a provisioning business that didn't make it. And we have few locations all over and we got interest in it. And when we went to purchase the business, he said, I don't have good employees, they're robbing me blind, I have to shut it down. I wanted to buy it right while it's still open. Yeah, so in a few months. And I can't do no remodel or anything until everything transfers to our name. So we signed the lease in October. It's been a long time, yeah, so. And we're ready to open, actually. My contractor just submitted the plans to the city for construction inside. Not really construction, it's where the lobby, you walk into the lobby. We've taken the wall out and put in glass to make the inside showroom a little bit bigger. And that's all we're doing. Yeah,
With no exterior changes then.
no, zero. Yeah.
The only question, one question that did come up, that you wanted to make it glass, and the question is, and I just got this put to us, just before the meeting, is, does it have to be, can it be see-through according to the state? Does it have to be,
Yes,
you know, I'm gonna assume maybe that you're gonna have a solid partition behind it where you can't see beyond.
yeah, so the law in Michigan, you can't see from outside. So from outside, we just have one door that walks into the, and if you can see from outside, you can't do that. So inside the wall where the lobby is, you're not gonna see it from outside, so we should be fine. So the way I do these stores, I like to make it safe. So when they walk in, our employees see the customer and our customers see the employee. You know, it's not like a doctor office where you don't know what's going on behind the wall, you know? So they walk in, it's safe, it's open, yeah. So we're gonna have a receptionist, window when the customer first walk in, give them the ID, but he can see the whole store. Yeah, and, yeah.
So you'll be in compliance with the state.
Oh, 100%,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay, that's.
yes, for sure.
Yeah, that was my thought. If the state doesn't like it, you're gonna be the first to find out when they.
Yeah, yeah. So I opened one in Pontiac about 4 months ago. When we built it from ground up and the city planner said, if you want to get approved, you have to put a lot of windows. I said, what do you mean? They usually don't have no windows. He said, yeah, but that's what we like in Pontiac. So what we did, we put a lot of windows. And then inside the wall between the lobby and the sales area, it's all windows. So the CRA came from the state, they said, everything's okay. If you could, just the outside window, just put like some kind of your name, so they don't see inside, and that's what we did.
Okay, I did, have our planning assistant, contact you, previously on the
security and surveillance plan, because we found a few typos in there where you referred to, Washtenaw County Sheriff. I think we had Mount Morris Township instead of Thetford on.
Okay. Yeah,
The person's name that emailed me back and sent Amby back the corrected copies. Everybody here has got one. I did notice, I did email her back, this week. And I found one more typo in there, but I told her we didn't need a corrected, we didn't need another corrected copy. We would just address that at the meeting. The reason I do that is because, eventually this, if we recommend it, it goes to our board of trustees and they sometimes want all the T's crossed, all the I's dotted. We don't want any mistakes. And eventually it goes on the property, it gets included in the property record packet and filed in the assessor's office. So it, we wanted to, but on, and I made, it was your attorney, I believe that was
Hillary, yes.
conversing with on email. And I told her that on page 7, I'll quote what it said, just so that you know what we were talking about. It said, within a certain amount of time, if not turned off by the security office, it will trigger a response to the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office, and that's how it reads. And I told her that, number one, we're in Genesee County, so we need to just chip it in. This is stuff we could address right here. At some point, maybe just send Amby a corrected page 7 with the word, worded different. But I did advise her that, not necessarily don't put Genesee County Sheriff Office in there. Because, in this county, all, requests are routed through the 911 center. So I don't know how you want to handle that on your end with your alarm company. But they just need to be aware that if they were to send it to the Genesee County Sheriff's Office, number one, I don't know how they accept calls. All their calls are through the 911 center.
That's what you want to use 911. They'll dispatch fire, whatever you got, emergency medical, they will take care of
They will
that.
take care of that.
You gotta call 911.
Now, one central dispatch center. And then, but other than that, that was the only thing I seen there. I said, oh, yep, if you send it to Washington, and they say, well, okay, but you're in Genesee County, but we'll transfer it for you. Well, now you've got, too many people.
Actually, what she told me was she sent the paperwork and the check for the licensing. She sent it to Mount Morris. It was wrong address. It was Thetford. But our address there said Mount Morris.
Mount Morris mailing, and this is.
Yeah.
You'll find that out if you're around this area.
Right.
That's true.
Part of our township is a Mount Morris mailing address. Actually, part of our township is in a Billington mailing address. If you go up to the northeast corner. We have 5 different school districts in this town.
Wow. Even this address came as Clio, not Thetford.
Yeah.
I said the right one. I don't want to miss it.
That's right. Yeah, we're Clio postal.
Are you okay?
Here, right here we are, but depending where you're at, you're on Morris postal address, but you're in Thetford Township.
Right.
Just, believe it's tough to keep square, but that was the only thing I seen.
Okay.
On this was in, like I said, the email I sent her just said,
She'll have that.
make a correction for that page and send it up to Amby if you can slip it in the packet and if nobody else here has a problem.
No, just that one page
Has the
showing that you're gonna
Seven.
Yep, you're gonna contact 911 instead of,
Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow we're gonna call them.
Yep. it's a breeze, 911 and you'll get somebody.
Yeah.
Do you know what your hours of operation are gonna be?
So right now, we're not 100% yet. I know there's one there's 24 hours. We're thinking maybe from 9 till 9 to start.
See how it goes.
See how it goes. Yes.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Yes. Yeah. So we have another dispensary in Genesee County in Berlin.
What do you?
Yes. Yeah. We've been
What's it
there
called?
for 5 years. Berlin in the city. Where.
Yeah, what's it called?
Oh, Cannabis King. Yes. Yeah. Different name.
Yeah, I got to, we had a little discussion earlier, a couple questions, because Stephanie brought it up on the hours of operation under our ordinance, and I have to clarify. We had one business here in the township, retail business that came to the zoning board of appeals and requested a variance to be open till 11 at night.
Okay.
And the zoning board of appeals, ruled and allowed them to have 24/7 if they want to be, let your market decide if you want to be open all day long, I have to go back and research because I was quite certain that part of the ordinance that you're allowed 24/7 was ruled to be open to anybody.
Right.
But I want to verify that, and whatever we decide tonight, you still have to go to the board of trustees for the final approval.
Okay.
We make a recommendation, yes or no, then because it's a special land use, the ordinance requires that the board of trustees have the final say. We do all the initial work, and then, yes or no, then it goes to them. They pretty much, and John sits on the board of trustees.
Okay.
So he's one of our trustees, so he'll represent the planning commission. And I do a report for the board of trustees at what we do.
Do we need to be there?
Pardon me?
Do we need to be there?
I would recommend one of your
Okay.
persons be there. It's the same thing in case they have questions.
Okay, sure.
Just some representative, whatever you want, just in case someone does have a question from the board, we pretty much do all the homework for the board. But there always have one that says,
Of course.
about that. Yeah,
Yeah, and John sits on that board and he's, like I say, he said, yeah, we went through this, we did that, we're satisfied with it. He kind of gives the brief of what we went through here. And a lot of times he can answer the questions,
Right, yeah.
sometimes they want to hear, from the person that's, in charge of it, but. Right now, they do not have a meeting scheduled. I'll get a little ahead of myself. Maybe they don't have a meeting scheduled until September, but. I will ask tonight. After tonight's meeting to see if the supervisor will arrange a special meeting
That'd be great.
to address it, to speed up the process.
and I think we have some other items for a special meeting, so I think we're getting closer to one, so we just gotta Ambi will make sure you're on the agenda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're trying to get it around this election. The big issue is the 9-day early voting where they tie up this room for voting for 9 days prior to the election. So we have to work our calendar around that point. But I will get with Rachel after tonight too to see.
Currently, you're planning on just running till about 9, see how it goes.
Correct, yes, yes.
So, yeah,
And in case they ask me at the meeting, I can say, look, his intention right now is to go to.
Yeah. And 9, and then we'll see how business goes and we'll go from there.
I do want to mention though too, before I forget, and I don't know if this may or may not help you with things. We do have a project planned for 2027, I believe. We got some community development federal money to put a walking path or a sidewalk in. I don't know if you're aware of it, at the intersection of Saginaw and Francis, which is just south of where your business is going to be. There's a mass transportation bus stop right there on that corner. And that bus runs as far north as that and then back to the city of Flint, ties into the terminal so people can take bus transportation all across the city in various areas of the county. So that may be a plus for you. For people that don't have transportation, they can come up to your business. The downside maybe is part of your front outlot could be involved in making this little sidewalk, but our intent was to run it from the mobile home park and the apartments that are right there behind you and tie it into the corner so that people can walk back and forth to the bus stop. They'd be walking past your business.
Exactly. So it's good, it's a positive thing, yeah.
It may be a plus,
Right. So is it gonna be close to the road, the sidewalk?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be, right now, they have to walk, there is no sidewalk. They walk along the curb lane.
Right, yeah.
And I've talked to a few people there, and one gentleman told me he's almost been hit twice walking down to get to the bus.
Still be within the right of way though.
Right.
County right away from
I
the.
know, we have a sign right there, well, where the islands.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right, yeah.
They'll probably You just want to be aware in the back of your mind.
Sure, thank you.
If you
Yeah,
come knocking on
appreciate
the
that.
door and say, hey, we want to try to work a walkway in here, you know, and I don't know the money that got granted for it, how far they're gonna get, from the corner. I think I envision them starting at the corner and working back, you know, in your direction. But what we want to do is, like I say, go far enough to that first driveway for the mobile home park so that anybody who wants to walk by, you know, may make it where they just intersects with the parking lots and you walk across, you know, the sidewalk and then into your parking lot, but I don't know if that would affect your insurance, liabilities.
Yeah.
You know, my intent would be is planning commission would be to visit all the businesses and say, okay, this is our idea. And, you know, how's it gonna affect your insurance, your parking lot? You know, you want the traffic, if the traffic will be hindering horse, you know, just so you're aware of it anyway. If there's somebody coming knocking and, hey, I might get a sidewalk from here.
Right.
But it never know through the way the federal money goes, it could all fall down before next year, so. That's an advanced plan anyway. I'm done babbling. Let's see if I can get any other questions.
No, I'm pretty comfortable with this one, so. I'll make that motion if you like. That, see,
The motion to recommend,
that's what I was looking for, his, he's sitting here. What's about this, I just need to say,
WQA.
WQAQ Exotics.
oh, okay, well, I do have it.
Use their proper name and John.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we accept, his request for WQAQ LLC for a provisioning center at, 9066 North Saginaw Road, Mount Morris.
Second it.
John, second by Jason. Any other discussion on the motion? No other discussions? Ms. Amby, we have to do a roll call vote for this one, please.
Ron Congdon,
Yes.
Stephanie Brule,
Yes.
Jason McConnell,
Yes.
Gary Tilson,
Yes.
Kevin Lawrence.
Yes.
Motion
Okay.
carried.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll make a recommendation to the board of trustees. As soon as we get a meeting date, Ms. Amby will get a hold of you and let you know, and like I say, as long as one person comes.
Yeah, we'll be here. We'll be here together. Yeah. Is it gonna be in this building? Here.
Yeah, we're gonna be right here, same spot.
Oh, same deal.
We got some other issues coming up and she had a couple more issues before she's gonna do a special meeting, so. And we'll make sure you're on that agenda.
So you think it's soon?
Yeah.
I'm just very well could be next week.
Oh, beautiful. We have some other big tickets to
You
do.
guys gonna send email to my attorney, or should I give you my number?
I'll take your number.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, my-
That's probably a good idea. That way you'll have a heads up at the time of the meeting and everything.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, Ms. Amby wears a lot of hats. She is our deputy clerk. She's our planning assistant. She's our marijuana coordinator, FOIA coordinator,
Currently election administrator.
Oh,
administrator.
election.
She's
And cemetery management.
cemetery manager, great goal, but resume gets longer and longer all the time.
The rumor has it she makes a pretty good margarita.
That's
Yeah.
She's a very valuable part of our operation. I don't sell her short.
Nice meeting you guys, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Okay, I guess that ties up our business. We're down to public comments. Anybody wishes to say anything? You're the public.
You're it.
Your client's here because I told him if he came, I'd buy him a strawberry milkshake.
Okay.
No, I don't have any comment to it. Other than, you said something about the chicken dinner. The people signed up for it and I own property that I rent in Thetford Township. But my residence is in Forest Township. So am I eligible to go to this?
Absolutely not.
I'm starting to see a pattern here. Dinner pattern thing.
Be happy with the strawberry milkshake. That's all I can. Okay, I'm gonna close public comments at this time. We'll open it up for board member comments. I don't know, let's go to John first. We'll let Stephanie wait till the end.
I don't have anything. I'm glad to see that there's still interest. We have some vacancies over there yet, and for me, I would like to see that area filled. And even if it's with other businesses, but either way, an active area does better than an inactive area. So I'm happy to see that people still have interest in developing and redoing businesses in that area. So that part I'm happy with. Congratulations. So other than that, I don't have anything.
Jason.
Yeah, I don't got a lot to say either. Congratulations to our little circus here. It's been a good group. I've learned a lot, and it's a very valuable group. So I've learned a lot about solar and battery and marijuana, and zoning in itself. So I don't have a lot to say today.
Good. Nice meeting, concise, well organized, Kevin. Thanks for putting all the effort into all the information all together and concise and efficient. It's appreciated. And already welcome to Stephanie, a little addition to our planning commission for Thetford Township. Stephanie.
So I'm very grateful to have been appointed to the board, grateful to the board of Thetford, and grateful to the planning commission. I've been attending meetings for a couple of years now and learned a lot from the audience side. Looking forward to learning a lot more here from all of you. I find you very knowledgeable, very organized. And I'm really looking forward to the training session. I feel very grateful that just happens to be scheduled fairly soon. So I have a lot to learn, but I appreciate the opportunity. I'm excited to be a part of the board.
Okay, for my comments, I'm gonna try to be, be a little bit extended here, but I do want to make a mention that I appreciate Jason Parnell for all the years of service that he put in for this board. And he was quite valuable as a resource for us for the marijuana businesses and also retail businesses and by themselves. His expertise will be missed. Some of the areas, and the reason that he left, if you don't know, is that he moved out of the township. So it was not that we wanted him to leave. He had to move, relocate. So with that being said, let me update you on a few things. We hopefully, Miss Amby did get contacted by a person that wants to tell us how he can make double the tax base for the township by allowing a data center. I attempted to contact his number back, and I got just an answering machine that just went to dead air, never did allow to leave a message. So if you got anybody that wants to, if you know any townships that want to build a data center, I'd be happy to share his name. How's that sound? Let's go that route. With that being said, last night we took a team down to the Genesee County Board of Commissioners meeting. If you're not up to speed, on July 2nd, let me back up a little bit further. The Court of Appeals allowed counties to become interveners on the solar project in their recent decision. So EDF had to back up and approach Genesee County to become an intervener. Initially, they were not going to address it. This unfortunate thing happened. They got their paperwork on July 2nd, just before the 4th of July weekend, to make a decision. And the judge was only allowing them until this Friday to decide yes or no. My opinion, the county was pretty well blindsided by this. They hadn't really delved into any of it. Thanks to our supervisor and Attorney Gilder, corralling our county commissioner, and
the county board chairman convinced him to hold a special meeting last night to address it. So a handful of us did go down there to represent the Thetford Township and more or less plead our case for them to become interveners. And they got the 3,200 page document and a $50,000 check to use for intervener fees should they have decided to intervene. The judge has already scheduled a hearing for them on the 23rd of July at 10 a.m. video conference, so we can log into it if we want. I don't foresee arranging a watch party like we had before. I don't think this is going to be a very long procedure. The bottom line is we were successful in getting Genesee County to vote to become an intervener in Otisville Solar Project. So, congrats to everybody that went, and we'll see what develops from there. I will say that, during the course of their discussion afterwards, during the meeting, they did authorize the county attorney to seek outside counsel. They authorized to get outside counsel to assist them. I don't know who that's gonna be. They didn't say, but we'll keep an eye on what goes on. It can't hurt us. It probably will delay. I'm gonna imagine it's gonna delay a lot of the dates to make sure the county gets up to speed on what's going on. Having another set of eyeballs and another attorney involved, I don't think is gonna be detrimental to our efforts. Anyway, I do have a flyer here if you need the dates and stuff for it. And I want to, again, on the record, thank Miss Andy because she was our closing argument for the team. There was Rachel Stanky, Stephanie was there, myself, Mary Ann Otisville, or Forest Supervisor, and Mike LaPointe. And Vicki Flanagan from our deputy treasurer was also present. So we made a good showing for Thetford Township to be at that meeting and get up and give our 2-minute speech of why we wanted it. So hopefully we'll see what develops with that, but so everybody knows. And they did have a meeting with Consumers Power this last week. We are going to set up, starting in August, first Thursday of each month at 3 p.m. There'll be a rep from Consumers Power come and try to keep us updated on what they're doing. Right now, it's still so early in the process. They are going to do water studies, groundwater studies to start with. And they were going to start in July. Now they're saying August. They're backing up to being able to get out there. And we're working with that to determine if there's enough groundwater, what they need, or if they have to put in a water tank to supply it. There again, if you're not updated on it, this is a part-time power plant run as needed, gas fired, using the new main that they put through about 6 years ago. And I think it'll be a plus for our township, but they're willing to work with us. And like I say, we're in the very, very early discussions of what's going on. We did address the houses that are nearby. They will pay a visit to each resident, talk to them, what they're going to do. Plan is they own the 200 acres out there where the substation is and the pipe laydown yard is at. The proposed building is going to be where the pipe laydown area was behind the berms. And they're willing to work with, soundproof, site-proof, whatever we have to accommodate the residents. So any planning commission member that wishes to sit in on the meeting is more than welcome to sit in. It's going to be a big process, but she did advise that it's probably going to take 4 to 5 years from now till they actually turn the key and start it up. It's not a overnight process to get it set up.
That building, so they're not gonna have the building within the current fenced in area? It's gonna be outside of that? where that staging area is?
Be where the laydown, yeah, where the laydown yard was all compacted and pressed down, where they laid the pipes, stored the pipes and stuff.
Oh, that's interesting.
They're gonna use that area that's already down.
But why aren't they using the previous generating plant where all the generators? I'm just curious why they wouldn't put them in there where the previous oil fired was,
I don't think there's really a building left there now.
there was no building.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering why you wouldn't fence that in. And it's farther back from the road. I just curious, my own just curious, why you wouldn't use your existing area in that fenced area versus a new site outside of that secured area that they already have. I'm just curious.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. This will be behind the berms, and that may be their plan too, is to be located behind the inside of the bermed area.
yeah, and I know what you're talking about, just outside. It's just that if you coming down Genesee Road and you look at the drive,
Mhm.
there's a chain link fence around an area there that used to contain all of the existing generators. I just assumed you were gonna put the new generators where the old generators, but it doesn't sound like that's the case.
Yeah, they're still going through a preliminary draft for the building even, you know, I asked them, can you give me a general idea of where you're gonna build? So that I know if I look at a map, kind of got an idea how close you are to some of the residences, who you may need to see.
Sure.
If people come in and ask a question, we can't tell them a whole lot yet, they will plan a public open house, probably better than we've seen for solar, I'm gonna assume.
Yeah, it's a little early. I was just
When they get
curious on that.
when they get their details where they can actually lay something out, that they have a concrete plan of what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
So their sketch people are still moving stuff around, and, but I welcome the chance, anything that we feel we need to ask them, let me know if you're not gonna be there. I let her know ahead of time, and she'll bring the answers to our monthly conferences. But it's, the whole idea behind it is just so as issues come up, we may be able to address them before they finally hit us with a site plan, and then we have to sit down and move a whole bunch of stuff around. If we can work through it
Absolutely.
slowly, so. Anyway, with that being said, I have no further comments, and to declare the meeting adjourned.
We are adjourned.
Adjourned.
Oh, look at that.
I know, it was good.
You can't have any of these because these are not on the lift station.
Yeah, yeah.
But you